Bye.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Running Riot Digital Marketing Podcast. We don't have a new guest today. We have a returning guest.
You know what? I thought I was going to get a really good introduction.
Yeah, and
now
you didn't.
I just got
Jess. Like, in fact, no, I can't even. I'm still sad that you are part-time and yeah.
Oh, we're just saying it out there.
Are we allowed to say that?
I mean, it's already
Okay. Well,
the news has been shared.
The news is out. It's sad. We're sad, but you're still here. It's not like you're not here.
It's
you're
not
just
like I'm
here
not
less.
here. Yeah,
And we feel the lack of presence. So yeah, not a new guest.
I'm sure you do.
Returning guest, aka Jess, and yeah, Jess, your title, just in case anyone didn't listen to the pilot episode.
The pilot episode. I
Who
got
are
the honour.
you? What do you do?
So I am the video and multimedia executive at Trio. So I do all the fun stuff, all the 3 and 3s. Well, I used to do the vlogs, but
You've delegated
handed that over.
Oh,
yeah. Because I'm a
big
professional now.
Yeah.
After working here for a year, I can now say that. So
We're pro. I'm going pro.
Yeah, and I do the podcast as well. So
yeah. So what we're going to talk about today is how Jess got involved with Trio Media, what her journey has been, because she hasn't just been an employee. She's been so much more.
So much more.
So much more. Beyond that, she's been a student. She was born in the 2000s, which makes us all feel so old. And I don't know why we thought we didn't know that. Like, obviously, when you came in and you were studying, you would have to be, like, basically a teenager.
A child. It's okay.
And then you were like, oh, yeah, so it's like my 21st. And we were like, does that mean that you're, like, born not in, like, the 90s? Are they adults born in the, like, 2000s? Why are you all adults? So that was a lovely moment for all of us to feel really old.
Yeah, I love it. I
really
love making
appreciate
everyone
that.
feel so much older than they actually are.
I've learned so much from you.
Oh.
Just I know that you're the student, but I've learned lingo. I've learned what songs are actually popular, because turns out they aren't. I say deep it all the time now. I'll never say overthink it.
There was a phrase that me and Nick used to say like all the time, and then you'd always say it wrong.
I know what it is. I mean, I got gaslighting wrong, horribly wrong.
No, that's what I was thinking of.
And like I had to Google it, and I still got it wrong. And I was
gaslighting
like,
me.
You gaslighting me, and you're like, no, I'm
that's not
just
it.
straight up offending you. Like there's no manipulation happening there. I'm just straight up like, no. So look, I've learnt a lot.
Yes.
But this isn't about me.
No.
This is about you. Shock. So yeah, what we want to know is, well, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
How did you hear about Trio Media? What led you to this? And what led you to not continue studying and do a placement instead?
Yeah, so I'm going to put these on the table.
Yeah, nice and quietly.
Because I just think they could be a jingle jangle. So I was in my second year of uni when I was in my first year of uni when COVID struck.
Yeah, and what are you studying?
Yeah, I do film photography and media at the University of Leeds.
Woo.
And yeah, so I was sort of in my room, second year of uni, thinking I don't want to continue doing uni from my bedroom. Like, this isn't going to get me anywhere. Like, I need some practical experience, especially with the degree that I'm doing as well. Like, it's very hands-on. Well, it was meant to be hands-on because of COVID. It wasn't. It was very much like,
read this page.
Yeah, read this. Yeah, like, we'll tell you how to use the camera, but you can't actually use it yet.
Do you even have one?
Yeah, if you didn't have a camera, you were screwed. So yeah, and then I wanted some actual real life experience. I needed a break from uni because I didn't think this was like a productive way of learning, just sat in my room watching like Teams lectures, it wasn't it. So I thought, you know what, let's do a placement year. And I wanted to stay in, I knew I wanted to stay in Leeds because my life was in Leeds. I didn't want to move every part of my life. Like I wanted
just some form of, well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too much, isn't it?
I wanted some sort of ground where I was comfortable in the area. Like I knew the area.
Yeah.
I knew I had friends here, etc., etc. So I basically just looked at media companies just around Leeds, in the Leeds area. And then I thought, well, if they're a media company, their social media is bound to have some sort of
video.
Yeah, like a hint of what it's about.
Fingers crossed.
And yeah, Trio came up because obviously Trio Media. That's what it was based on. And I saw your social media. Your social media.
I mean,
like
definitely mine. Yeah. It's ours. Ours now.
It's shared. It's
shared.
Collective. Yeah, and I was like, oh, these guys look fun.
We're cute.
Yeah, like, okay, cool.
They sometimes do video. It could be so much better.
I could help you with that.
You need help. I
can fix that.
I really hope that's not what you said to Claire.
Imagine.
You're doing a great job, however.
Yeah. Here's
the benefits of employing me. Jess. Oh my gosh, you probably would have said yes anyway.
Should have been like, okay.
It's like,
well, we'll see. So yeah, I emailed, I can't have emailed Claire, I must have emailed info@, and then Claire got back to me and was like, yeah, I mean, we've never had anyone with this sort of like position before, but we can like have a quick Teams call. And I was like, oh my god, like,
a Teams call,
I was like, this is so exciting. This is really exposing myself.
Oh no, I probably don't know this.
Okay, so I had obviously I say I had no idea what SEO is. Still don't really.
Search engine. Oranges.
And I was like looking on Trio's website, and I was like, okay, so they do SEO and PPC. I was trying my hardest to understand what it meant, and I was like, I literally have no idea. So let's just be honest here. And then Claire was like, yeah, so like what led you to like want to apply to Trio? And I was like, oh, I'm just so interested in learning about SEO and
You absolutely were not.
I was like, maybe if I show like an interest in the company, then I'll be more likely to like actually be able to work here.
Oh my gosh.
And to be honest, Claire probably knew I was.
She 100%
like,
would have seen it.
Just lying through my teeth. But, you know.
Here we are.
I showed enthusiasm, which,
that's all we need. Was always good. That's what we're about.
Yeah, and then I think I had... I had a cultural mixer, but I didn't because I was ill at the time. And then I came in for the day. That. Yeah. No, not the day, just like a lunch, I think. And we got like food, and it was really sunny. I got sunburnt on that day.
Really? You sat outside. I remember on the benches because Claire said, you know, like if she has an interview, especially with COVID, it was quite like, oh, I'm going to go have an interview.
Yeah.
You would announce it, and we'd be like, oh my gosh, they're going to come in. Obviously, we're all like trying to spy.
Yeah.
But also if it goes really well, not necessarily guaranteed hire in case anyone's like, oh, so if she takes me in, but if she brings the person in afterwards, we normally can gauge that it's gone well.
Yeah.
And she brought you in, and I remember you leaving, and we were all like, oh my gosh, she's so edgy leads. Like, she's so cool.
Biggest compliment
honestly,
ever.
I mean, we didn't tell you yet, but when you came in, we were like, we think you're like really cool, and like so your style's like super cool, and your fringe is like super cute, and like just didn't want to give you any ego yet because you were a child. You were a teenager.
I was a child back then.
Coming in with your confidence, and you saw the hoodie and the iMac, and you almost cried.
I put that
so wholesome.
I put that on my LinkedIn recently as well.
I saw.
Picture. I'm wearing this t-shirt actually.
Are you?
Yeah. Slay.
Growth.
But yeah, like I was so shocked. Like on my first day, especially, I was like, "Oh my god, all these things are mine!" Like I just thought I'd be on my laptop. Do you remember when I used to use my laptop on like Premiere Pro and it would
I
just
would literally
explode.
be like, "Jess, there's an iMac in
like
front of you,
right there." Just
and you were just like, "But I'm going to use my iMac. I mean, my MacBook." I was like, "Okay, we'll get there."
See how long that lasts.
I mean, now you still swear at your iMac anyway. Look, Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
It's not an us problem; it's a them problem.
It is a them problem. You know what? Caitlin's had the exact same issue.
Exactly. You know what? We're just going to use iMovie.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not. We really aren't.
Won't. I don't think I could do that for the rest of my life.
They need to stop updating that app in general. But yeah, so your first day.
Yeah.
You got, I mean, I think the most exciting thing for us was we knew, I mean, I think families do this as well. They're like, oh, we should have a show. We're so funny. But genuinely, we knew what sold best, and that was us.
Yeah.
We knew that it didn't matter how much we spoke about the services we provided or anything else. People always reacted to our stories prior to having you, anything that we did, especially video, and that was, you know, before TikTok.
Yeah.
Everything that we did on video and everything to do with us, everyone grabbed onto and commented on it. It was where we got the most attention. So we knew we needed someone.
Yeah.
We just didn't know who that someone was and like what value that person would bring. And like we literally now can't imagine Trio without you. Like it doesn't,
I know.
It doesn't, yeah, like you've just become such a huge part of showing everyone who we are.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, we'd lose a piece of us basically.
Yeah.
So it's you have definitely made a huge difference if you didn't already know.
Too kind.
But I think like the biggest thing is, how have you, you've come in, you've done your placement, but you've also had to, well, recently pick things like subjects. You're going to be going back. You're now going part-time.
Yeah.
What has kind of the journey been now? So you've gotten the job until today, or I guess last week, when you like announced you didn't announce it, but we celebrated your part-time, I guess, in a non-mean way. We celebrated your success in finishing a year placement. So what's it been like doing that? And do you have friends that haven't done that or have done that you've spoken to, so that continue studying or done a placement, and has it been as successful or not successful?
I've got quite a few friends who, well, I've got a mixture actually. I've got friends who did, friends who didn't do placements. The friends who did, I think, I mean, from what I can see on like their social media and stuff, like it went well for them. Their job titles were a bit different to what I was expecting them to be, because obviously they're on my course to do film photography and media, and it was something to do with like management, like production management, which I mean, to be honest, I've got absolutely no idea what that entails.
What they do.
Like,
I mean, we look at job titles these days and
I'm just like, what is that?
But it kind of is alluding to something different to what you're doing.
And the reason, like, a lot of my friends, they applied to like bigger companies, like very well-known companies where they often hire like several interns, like a year. I didn't really want to do that, because I thought, well, if it's a bigger company, I'm not going to get as much hands-on experience. I'm going to be at the bottom of the food chain.
Making tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
That is I can't think of anything worse than just spending a year like doing that. So I just thought, if I'm work for a smaller company, then I'll have a lot more like integration with every like aspect, and I'll probably be able to tailor my placement to like what I would like it to be. And I've fully been able to do that. Like,
you were never given like one thing and being like, that's all you will do for
I've
a year.
done so much stuff that I didn't even think I'd be doing, to be honest. I mean,
vlogs and like definitely things that don't fall under what you're studying as well, which now you have the skill in.
Fully. So that's been super fun as well. So I've like got such a depth in like my knowledge to probably more than like practical wise, more than I've probably got like had from university, because I would say a lot of the stuff I did learn at uni was very like theory based, very like
which it's known
by
for.
the book. But the promise I got from my degree was that it was going to be practical and theory, which is a shame, and I know COVID is part of it, but definitely I've got a lot more practical experience than I would have done. I mean, before I even started at Trio, I didn't know how to use Premiere Pro whatsoever, and now I'm on that.
You're teaching
program
you're teaching people to do it. Which like you guys were talking about layers today, and I was just like cake layers, or like what's happening?
What kind of layers are we on about here?
Exactly. So I think that's also, I mean, that's an amazing opportunity for you, where you've not kind of come in. I mean, we spoke about this briefly with Darren, where like you've not come in and being perceived as a student who like gets looked down at, or is basically being like, well, the only thing you can do is little tasks as you're a junior. Like your title didn't, you had executive in your title, so yes, that does say that like you're not a manager or anything like that, but it's not. We've not given you a junior name or being or said like student, and I think that's been the most important thing, because as you've grown and as like we've worked with different clients and stuff, no one would even know. Like there was no noticeable difference in someone who was doing that post-degree and you. And so I think that's been the most important thing for us as a company. And if we could give advice to anyone, is do not hire someone, say it's an apprentice, an intern, or a placement year, and treat them like this kind of stigma that people would do. Because you're not going to get anything out of them. We've gotten so much out of you because we've just gone, you know what, you deserve this, show us what you've got. And you've gone and blown that up and exceeded that. But that is the whole point. The reason you've been able to do that is because you've had like the opportunity to grow, and you've not felt like you're being held back at all.
I feel like if in my title it said like, brackets placement student, it would have been like not degrading, because it is what I am, but in a way it's a bit like, like I'm not like everyone else. But like from day one, I've been treated like just any member of staff.
You've never been introduced as that as well. Like, we just wouldn't. So that has been the best part. And anyone that's kind of not done a placement, or kind of your thoughts on where you are now, having done it,
Yeah.
how do you feel? Do you, I mean, I hope you do, but do you feel like, yes, this was definitely the right decision?
Yeah.
And are you more now, more excited for kind of finishing your degree now because you've done something different?
1000%. I do not regret any single choice to do with my placement. Like, it's, I mean, like I said before, it's given me so much more experience that I don't think I even would have got with doing with continuing my degree. Like, I've had friends who haven't done placement years and they regretted it so much, like, because they could see how much I was learning and how much I could benefit from being in a real job and experiencing the 9-to-5 routine.
8 to 4.
Yeah, sorry.
Work life.
Sorry.
No, but I mean, everyone's got, their journey, and we're glad that you picked that. So what's it been like now that you've been preparing to go back?
Yeah.
How, obviously, this is your first week of part-time hours.
I know.
So I know you might not have a lot to say on that, but kind of picking subjects. Did you pick anything that was different due to having gotten work experience, anything like that you could
I did.
come in on?
I mean, for our final dissertation, I'm very lucky that we don't for the degree that I do, we don't necessarily have to do a full dissertation project. We can do a film, a script, an After Effects animation project, and then an essay alongside. And to be honest, I probably would have gone with a group film had I not done this placement year, which I know kind of sounds a bit weird, but it's because I think group work has its pros and cons, but I think for a dissertation project, for your final project, you might not always want to rely on other people.
Unless you're the rider. Unless you're the person who's like, no, you... if someone was in your group, they're like, yes.
Yeah.
But for you, they'd be like, well, you're not getting my mark.
Yeah, exactly. And given how much, or how little experience I'd had practical-wise, with my degree, I think it would be risking a lot to do a final project with not very much knowledge on camera work, Premiere Pro, editing, all that sort of stuff.
Fair.
But now I've had all that experience and I know it like the back of my hand.
You back yourself now, you're more confident.
Yeah, exactly. I'm quite happy doing my dissertation in something that I sort of maybe haven't had that much experience in. I think I'm planning on doing a script.
Okay.
I think it's 30 pages, maybe 50 pages, I can't remember.
Font 50 so that you don't have to write that much, or font 12. I feel like I would just font 50 it and be like, it's 30 pages.
There you go.
That's all you asked for. You didn't ask for word count.
You didn't say what size it had to be.
Don't do that. Not advice.
No. Please don't do that.
Sorry. Do not try this at home.
So I'm planning on doing a script instead of a film because I just want I want the script experience, and I used to do well in my script modules before I started studying, before I started working here anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's exciting. I mean, to be fair, for 3 and 3 as well, I know it's brief.
Yeah.
And it's not a script per se, but you do have a lot of influence on the things that we do content-wise as well as on social media. So yes, you may not have direct experience in it in the sense of how you may be writing it.
Yeah.
But you've written blogs as well, so your content writing has obviously improved.
Yeah.
I recently read one of Jess's blogs, and it was really good.
One of my many blogs.
One of your many blogs that you've written. So yeah, I definitely think that I agree. And obviously I took a gap year and then studied, but I think the way you've done it and the way you've spoken about your dissertation and all the things that it's influenced, it's not just influenced the fact that you've been able to work and earn money and get experience, but the fact that it could actually improve your mark in what you get. And it's definitely going to improve your confidence going into that final year, I think, more than anything. So
I think now if I hadn't done my placement year, I would have felt pressured to work in the group and make that group film just so I would have something on the outside world, there'd be something for me to show of my degrry.
Whereas you've got an entire YouTube channel that you started, an entire social media platform, basically the whole of TikTok, HelloFresh or Green Chef.
I've got
you've got evidence. You just no need to upload one video link on LinkedIn. Just
have the channel.
Just have the channel. I've made playlists. I've even put it into categories for
Whenever you want to watch, I have something for you.
I am there. And you're in them as well. I think that's so cool because you can often get lost behind the camera.
Yeah.
And you've not done that. You've not come here and gone, you know what, I'm going to be the videographer. So you might hear my voice, but you're not going to see me. Instead, you've been I'm going to be on camera.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the host of a series that didn't exist pre-Jess.
Yeah.
So I think that it's not like people be able to just see your personality through what you've created, but also through
they
like
can actually
who you
see
are.
my literal personality.
Literal personality, which is like larger than life.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's just been a compliment session.
So much.
Honestly, you didn't need all these boosts, but here I am just handing them out.
Honestly, I'm going to walk out this door and be like, phew.
I mean, the windows are going to blow up before that. Ego's not fitting in here. So, last bit of advice, or maybe like your last piece that you want to say. So, to students who are at that stage, or at that crossroad, do a placement, do I continue?
Yeah.
And then maybe also just to employees, kind of like what you've enjoyed the most about this experience, and how could they ensure that that happens to a placement if they were to hire one?
Yeah. I mean, we like have check-ins with the university like staff about like how our placement's going. Like I think we've had 2. And they're kind of video calls between, well, there's video call with me and whoever the like supervisor is, and then Claire and supervisor. Just to make sure that our stories are straight.
You're not just like, it's amazing.
And she's
meanwhile,
like,
you're doing an awful job. She needs to leave.
When is it finishing?
A year? We're closing.
We're shutting the business. I can't do it with her anymore.
We're rebranding. You wouldn't have known.
I've been made redundant.
Gosh.
Yeah, and that has like led to me like doing a student profile on the university's like website.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Which is basically like a case study about my experiences at Trio and like what I've enjoyed, like how I found them, etc., etc. And I'm also doing like a talk at the end of the year as well to like. You did know this. This is not a surprise.
Did I?
Did you?
No.
Oh.
I've been on annual leave. Why didn't you tell me? I missed your party.
Anyway.
Okay. You're having a talk.
I'm like doing a talk to like prospective like students who want to do like a year in industry at Leeds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just like a low-key thing. Like,
I mean, do you want me to film you? Because I will film you. You film yourself if you want.
I'll just set my camera up. Just like, wait 1 minute, guys.
2 seconds.
Just need to a mic.
Borrow some mics. Okay, that's amazing.
So yeah, and like just to tell them all about like my experiences, why you should do a placement year, like who it would be good for. So yeah, I think so
basically
I'll give you a summary of my mental talk that I'm probably gonna give.
Yeah.
I would say a placement year is like it would be good for absolutely anyone. It doesn't matter like if you would prefer to have experience like based on your degree, or whether you just need a break from uni really and you want to experience like an actual career, like a 9-to-5 style job. I think it's perfect for you. I think it's perfect for anyone. Because you get so much more experience, so much more life experience as well. Like you grow up so quickly. Like in that space of a year. Like me a year ago is nothing.
You're
like
a full-blown adult.
Yeah. Like I'm adulting.
You've got your things. You get your nails done.
Yeah.
Like your life is
That's
together.
True, like
honestly. Small wins.
So yeah, I think I think it would be, especially when you have that opportunity there as well. I mean, granted, I did quite a lot of research and put a lot of effort into trying to find the right placement that would be like a good fit for me. But once you get there, I think it's such good experience to have. And even if like the company that you work for afterwards, it's just an internship, they don't want to take you on afterwards, that you have a whole year's experience under your wing that so many university students will not have.
That's CV, that's LinkedIn, that's and you might know what you don't want as well.
Yeah, exactly. I spoke with like my student profile, like even if you like come out of it and you're like, okay, well that's not for me, that's shutting one door, and that's like a confirmation.
One step closer.
Yeah, exactly.
And you might do it for a couple of years and then still change it. That's not it's not your forever job. That's not what the pressure is. Like, you can continue to do that, and then but you've got your foot in the like door of a career in general, and you can segue from that. Yeah. And you'll be so much more employable from that. Yeah. Amazing. So
yeah, I think if you have the opportunity to do a placement year, just do a placement year. Yeah. You won't regret it.
And then for employers, what's been the best part of kind of coming into a company, like you say, like a small company? Yeah. What's kind of made your experience so much more personal and probably like memorable?
I think especially for me, the team. Okay, here comes your ego.
Oh gosh, here it comes.
Can't
wait for Claire.
I'm not even making eye contact with you. It's
gonna be super cute.
Like the team here is so like supportive of each other, and like everyone just boosts each other up, and
It's true. Don't do it.
And like everyone is just like so friendly. Like if you are ever stuck with literally anything, you can just literally just yell at someone and be like, hey, I need your help, and everyone will just like come helping you. Like no matter what, they will always be there to help you. And even if like you're having a rubbish day for whatever reason, or like something hasn't gone right first time, like
we'll go for a walk.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go for a walk. We'll get a coffee.
You can walk around the cemetery the other day with Beth, like in the sales department.
Yeah. But like if you just need a break, you can like have one. Like your mental well-being is valued above everything, I think, at this company, and that's something that's really like appreciated, obviously, by everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, like everyone is here for everyone.
That is literally. I feel like it's just a team sport.
Yeah.
Like. I know I say like, oh, Beth and the sales team. It's because most companies don't cross group. Like they don't like socialize. Like, oh, you're in this team, you're in this team. Like, yeah, we have teams, but there's no one that doesn't socialize with anyone else. It's just the dynamic, and that was the luxury of having a smaller company. It's like you can make friendships outside of who you need to work with.
Yeah,
which is quite exciting.
Yeah. And amazing. Then, Claire being the best
honestly,
boss ever.
Claire just being boss goals.
Claire is boss goals.
She's gonna CEO love goals. Listening to boss this. Goals, CEO goals. We're just gonna put hashtags in. Guys, she does not like pay us to say this. She pays us.
I mean, she pays us
not to say this though.
It's not in the contract.
We just genuinely think she's boss goals. Yeah. So yeah,
she's such a girl boss.
I'm like, yeah. Actually, no. We'll leave that in.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode where we spoke to Jess all about her placement year at Trio. Some advice to give to people who are unsure of whether they should do it or not.
Yeah.
As well as to employers on kind of how they should handle it, how they should treat that person, and just encouraging them really to hire people that are doing their placement year.
Yeah.
For both the benefit of the company and the student. It's not all about just the student. It's benefited us so much, so we can vouch that there's value in it. So if you've got any questions or comments or anything like that, pop them down. Jess is on the YouTube channel all the time, so she will reply personally.
I literally never leave.
If it comes from Trio, it came from Jess.
It's me.
But yeah, if you have any other questions or anything, you can also find us. We're just everywhere.
We are literally everywhere.
Social media, website, or give us a call on 0113. No, I'm kidding. Don't call us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.